Y hola a todos, bienvenidos a un stream más de juegos. Espero que estén preparados. Como les comenté ayer durante el programa de Confortal, hoy vamos a continuar con el juego de Beacon Pines. Espero terminarlo hoy. Al cabo, hoy sí me puedo quedar hasta más tarde, estar más horitas aquí con ustedes. Y pues vamos a ver qué tal sale esto. Igual que la vez pasada, me acompañan en el chat de voz Zachary y Nick,
Guau,
el pandita.
Oli.
guau.
Pues bueno, vamos a darle a este juego. Está muy padre, la verdad. Si les gusta este tipo de juegos, se los recomiendo completamente. Mm, y una segunda. Estoy viendo un poquito movido esto. Vale, bueno, listo. Ahora sí. Eso es lo último que hicimos la vez pasada.
Luca had only ever heard him speak in this stiff yet gentle tone a few times. And it always meant one thing.
You're upset? Oh, what makes you say that? Maybe because my best friend abandoned me for no reason? He didn't abandon you. I'm just a little late.
Rollo scoffed.
The rain held me up. Liar. You weren't even home. What? The storm got bad and I got worried. I went looking for you. Imagine my surprise when I made it to you for house. Sorry, me trabé. And you weren't there. I hadn't made it back yet. I'm not a fool, Luca. It doesn't make all day to deliver some gem. No, that's a storm roulette. I'm out of nowhere. And I got stuck after dinner at Peck's house.
Luca stumbled on his words, knowing he'd said too much.
Beck? Dinner? What the heck is Beck? There's a new kid in town. She's actually kinda good. You'd like her. I need help convincing her parents that she'd made new friends. New friends? I spent all day waiting for you. And you were of making new friends? It's not like that, Rollo. You know, while I was waiting, I made some upgrades to mission control. It was gonna be a surprise. But you look so long. The storm nowhere it all down. Just like you know it down. For friendship. What does that even mean?
Luca became instinctively angry in response. Both boys were now shouting across the distance.
It means you are a bad friend. You don't care about me. Of course I care, you ass. I knew I'd get in trouble waiting so late for you. But I keep my word. Because that's what a friend do. Oh, wow. What a noble sacrifice you made. Easy for you stay. Your grand doesn't even care. You can stay out as long as you want. And you wouldn't even get in trouble. Seriously? You're acting like a justice? If that's what you think, then maybe you're the bad friend.
Rollo's tone changed to a calm, yet more intense anger.
Maybe Pai's right. Stones bring more than water. This one brought out the real Luca. Stop cutting your path. Nonsense like it means anything. Yeah. Well, at last my pie is still around.
The words hung in the cold night air. Rollo's stomach dropped, knowing he'd crossed a line. But it was too late.
Look, I... Good night, Roll. Damn it.
Luca dug through his old stuff, not even sure what he was looking for.
Roll. What a jerk. Call me a bad friend? Oh, I'm Rolo. Look at me, at my amazing family. Rolo thinks I'm still going to stay with him. He can't shoot it. Ok. Además tengo que hacer aparte de estar pateando el balón. Because I'm just never supposed to make new friends. No chapa.
Gran
Luca.
cooed gently from the hallway.
Did this straight through breakfast. Luca, are you alright? I'm fine. Just don't feel like getting up yet. Okay, I leave this oatmeal by the door. I gotta run out and take care of some things. Okay. I'll be back later. Checking. Sure.
Luca just wanted to be alone. He waited to hear the sound of the front door closing.
I bet Trollos is still gonna go to the festival. Okay, todavía no tengo el medio. It's gonna be miserable.
Luca dozed off again.
Luca, I see you didn't eat your oatmeal. Wasn't hungry. Well, just in case you get hungry. I leave a sandwich here too. Thanks. Rolo came by. What did he say? He wanted to talk to you. What did you say? I told him you weren't feeling well. Good. So, your plan is to just sit in your room all day? Pretty much. Well, I need to pop away again for a minute. Did you decide to end your beauty party and go outside? I think it do just some good. Not it.
Luca still couldn't bring himself to go out. Besides, if he ran into Rollo, he'd have to actually confront the situation.
There's never anything interesting at the festival anyway.
The Adventures of Hank Atomic.
Complete first volume.
Luca carefully opened the cover and began to read. Rollo had received it for his birthday. A special hardcover edition with behind-the-scenes commentary and bonus art. Rollo cherished it, but asked that Luca keep it at his house. Luca wasn't sure if it was because Rollo didn't trust himself with it, didn't trust his sister around it, or just wanted an excuse to come hang out at Luca's more often. Whatever the reason, Luca didn't mind, but it had stayed right there where Rollo had stashed it ever since. Now, at the foot of his bed, Luca lost himself in the pages. He'd read it all before, but at this moment, it somehow felt sentimental. He was well into issue number 5 when he heard soft footsteps from the hallway.
Luca? Another little friend came to see you. A girl named Beck Moatwill. She said you met yesterday? What did she say? Is she here? She was just dropping by. Told her you weren't taking pictures today. Oh, it seems nice. Yeah. You had a fight with Rollo, didn't you? Can I come in? Maybe later. Alright then. I leave dinner on the kitchen table, in case you want to be up before bedtime.
Without realizing it, Luca had pouted away the entire afternoon. He once again felt the weight of it all and allowed his weary eyes to close. Luca stood in a vast black expanse. He looked up at his father standing beside him. Walt was working a straw at the bottom of a fountain glass, trying to collect the last bits of milkshake. Dad, where are we? Taking a final loud gurgling sip, his father peered up from the glass. He jangled the straw playfully with a warm smile, then lifted the empty glass as if to point into the darkness. The source? Luca's eyes followed his father's gesture. In an instant, he was sitting in front of a blazing campfire. Across from him sat a large figure in a yellow hazmat suit. The figure's voice was a scratchy echo. Well, if it isn't the man of the hour, make yourself comfortable.
Sí, así es, soy humano. O al menos ahorita creo en que soy humano.
Luca held
¿Cómo
his
sabes que no
shivering
es un
hands over the
disfraz?
flame to warm himself.
No, no es cierto.
It doesn't work
Bienvenido,
that way
unicornio.
here.
Unicornio cachondo.
Their yellow-gloved hand pointed to the base of the flame. It's a cold flame. See? Luca peered at the base of the fire. It wasn't wood that was burning. It was tiny buildings, freezing and crumbling as they were consumed by flame. Luca could see small shadows moving in the burning city. People. Luca leapt to his feet. We've got to help them! The figure gave a dismissive wave of their hand.
Me gustaría quitármela, pero
Why
está
waste
pegada, mira,
energy
no se
helping
quita.
people who can't even help themselves? The figure bent down to examine the panicked crowd as they desperately tried to stop the flames. They only care about what's right in front of them. Not like us. Luca's voice was a trembling whisper. Us? The figure slowly stood up, grabbing its helmet with both hands. With a jolt and a twist, the suit emitted a gasp. A cloud of torpid mist escaped, slowly revealing the face within. Luca's own face looked back at him. Older, worn, distant. The
No, ¿cómo
sensation
crees?
was oddly
Debajo no está la otra
familiar,
piel.
as
La
if
otra
he'd
piel se
caught
pone
his
encima.
own reflection by surprise in the mirror. The doppelganger smiled. I tried to help once. He gestured towards his face. And all it got me was this. Luca staggered back. You aren't... Luca felt a hand catch his shoulder. His father was there again, beside him. Every choice sets us on a path. This is the end of one of your paths, son. Luca watched his older self shake its head ruefully, its face twisting into a cruel grin. Welp, Dad. If you wanted him to see this, far be it from me to disappoint. Luca watched in shock as the figure took a confident step forward and plunged into the flames. In a flash of cold light, he was gone. What does all of this mean? Luca felt a reassuring squeeze on his shoulder. Just remember, why we choose matters just as much as what we choose. Luca woke up to see a hazy figure at the foot of his bed, silhouetted in the morning sun.
Mom? No, dear. It's only Gran.
Luca rubbed his eyes. The kind, concerned face of his gran came into focus.
How are you feeling? Fine. Anything you want to talk about? I don't feel like talking. That's just a well. How about you sit here, there, and never you and Rolo thought about us? But he...
Gran silenced Luca with a gentle pat on the leg.
It's between friends happen. But what we say doesn't matter. The important thing is that is not the last thing you ever say to each other. You say stuff about us. Well, do you think he mean it? No? That's just... And did you mean any of the things you said to him? No. Good. One must appreciate friends in their best moments. Accept them in their worst. Mashapa mas. Now get your little butt out of bed. Festivals today. You don't want to miss that, do you? I guess not. Like a good opportunity to make amends with Trollo, doesn't it?
Luca gave a reluctant nod.
So, buy him a corn dog and apologize. ¿Corn dog? ¿Por qué me suena, pues dice, hot dog pero con maíz?
¿No sabes qué es un corn dog?
No, ¿qué es?
Las banderillas.
Ah, por ahí. Muy buenas. No sabía que sí se les llamaba en inglés. Nunca supe su nombre en inglés, de hecho. Bien, ya solo falta conocer la cara de Ikki para conocer todo el elenco. Uy, el leoncito. Ese tendrás que
Esforzarte
encontrártelo.
mucho para saber
Sí,
cómo es.
tendrás que encontrarlo
Muy
con
buena
furor.
suerte. Si es que lo ubicas.
Mm, No, no estoy en modo sonámbulo y sí he notado que se ven un poco cerrados los ojos. Supongo también es la posición. Te saludan, Nick, te dicen que buenas noches.
Buenas noches.
What did I just say? Buy him a corn dog. That's a good way. Everything's better with corn dogs. I need to get going now. Got some last minute festival business to take care of. I can find you at the fountain a little after lunch. Alright. I love you, Luca. Love you too.
Luca took a deep breath.
Okay.
Chapter 6.
Ooh.
Through thick and thin. Despite Luca's bitterness, Gran was right. He needed to hash things out with Rollo. A big fight changes the nature of a friendship.
Ya por fin me soltaron todo el mapa de Pokémon.
Whether, in the end, it is for the better or for the worse, all
No me
comes
acordaba
down
lo
to understanding.
extremadamente bajo que saltaba Kuraido en el inicio.
Sí, saltaría un poquito.
If one is not careful, the same familiarity that builds the strongest of bonds can become the wrecking ball that shatters them. Luca emerged from seclusion, taking in the crisp festival air. But the events of the day weren't on his mind. He had to find Rollo.
Primero voy a un lugar para poder comprarme ropa. Y luego
There you
ya.
are. Luca. Lulu wanted me to tell you something. What is this?
Roxy rolled her eyes, shaking her head.
Me encanta Roxy. Space Adventure told you need budget. If Jebby Brave was somewhere fast. Roxy, I don't. It's a real Luca. My goofy little brother wants you to find him.
Luca looked down and kicked at the dirt.
Look, I know you two had a fight. The only thing more annoying than my little brother is my little brother without his best friend. So I'm doing him this one favor. Now I need one favor from you. Whatever is it that went down between you two, wash it. Se me cura que sí porque con palo. ¿O es una escoba? Creo que es una escoba. Having so much noise, David. And it's not just the bills. This morning I couldn't find Peter's album. It's like everything that uses those girls should have that. I'm sure they're out there somewhere. Maybe all the commotion of the festival uses with them. Yeah, maybe that's it. Did you hear? After Miker gives his big speech, they're gonna have the first annual biggest catch competition. As long as the boat qualifies as a catch, I'm chewing. Good luck. I don't know who Ariel Harbor thinks they're impressing with this ridiculous festival. But the towns is still falling apart. The weather is still cloudy. And this season harvest looks like it's gonna be worse than last year's. You said it? No amount of corporate pandering is gonna change any of that. Exactly. But the lemonade that the drink is taking over there does look pretty tasty. It's... I'm still gonna be mad at them. I'd just rather be mad while sipping some delicious lemonade is all. Al cerdo dormilón lo taparon con globos. Welcome to our festival. Don't forget to come back later for my first speech on the Perennial Harvest Festival's Reveal. You don't wanna miss it. Ain't moving.
Jeff was staring into the distance with a wistful look.
Hey Jeff, everything alright? Oh yeah, everything's fine. I mean, it's that fine, I'll be fine. You're saying right these days, you know? I really do actually.
Jeff turned to Luca with a furrowed brow, then gave an understanding nod.
You do that, yeah?
For a moment, the two now shared that same wistful gaze.
Every single time. There. Wait for it. Explain some once again, not like clockwork. Quite a bunch of trance. Haha. A most welcoming group of welcomes. Would you like to share your toast? We always strive to improve. Nope. I was able to return the perennial harvest safety with the world. I don't think anyone noticed. Good. Now will you tell me what you need it for? It was a favor for any enemy of my enemy. This isn't going to harm Miss Girl, is it? All you need to know is that it's for the good of the family. Pipper, you're actually taking a break from studying? You wanted to see what all the festival was about? But I can't help but nice. You still brought your backpack full of books? Look, backpacks can carry a lot more than just books. True. What's a quote in there? Books. He met his old friend's eyes and was great with nothing but ice cool anger. Heavens, this is no time for fracture friendship. This is the first time I even seen this many smiling face besides the full harvest. I had my doubts about perennial harvest, but I must admit they do put on a nice party. Creo que tengo que ir a buscar. Estaba buscando las banderillas, pero no las encuentro por ningún lado, así que...
Es que me las comí.
Oh no.
Eran banderillas veganas.
Supongo ahorita no podrás comer de otras. Pensé que aquí estaría Rolo, pero... no lo está. Ah, pendejo, ya en la librería. La librería estaba por acá. The library. Don't worry why. Ah. Hiya, Luca.
Kato's eyes lit with excitement.
I haven't expecting you. Bravo on the Furry the first trial. The first? Oh, you didn't think that was all, did you? Rolo does go all out, doesn't he?
Kato straightened up and cleared his throat as if preparing to sing.
Ahem. On planet Fairful you may take. So, when the White King dies, you'll need to tears.
Kato stared at Luca eagerly.
Get it? Want me to tell you? No, it's okay. I'll figure it out. Alright, when you find it, bring it here to be verified. If you decide you want a hint, the offer still stands. Planet Earth, you may take. Donated. I can tell you one thing, it's not out there. You want to need to find inside of the rest somewhere.
Luca grabbed the 5 pillars of success from the shelf.
Once you got a book, you can either grab a different one.
Luca grabbed The Issue with Self-Help, a helpful guide, from the shelf. Luca grabbed 500 meals for 1 big pot from the shelf.
Ese es el...
Luca grabbed The Issue with Self-Help, a helpful guide, from... Luca grabbed the 5 pillars of success from the shelf. There were rarely any actual new additions, simply a variety of existing content rotated into the front display each week. Luca grabbed The Modern Science of Atomic Radiation from the shelf. Luca grabbed Natural Photography, Volume 5 from... Luca grabbed The Adventures of Hank Atomic, Issue number 4 from the shelf. Luca grabbed The Adventures of Hank Atomic, Issue number 5 from the shelf.
Hacer esto.
Kato removed his book from the desk and replaced it with Luca's, turning on the lamp. As he slid the book under the purple light, 2 words glowed. The Adventures of Hank Atomic, Issue 5. Luca clicked his tongue with recognition.
Cipher pen. Use it to write secret messages everywhere with that. Not only I had 2 special flesh and needed to reveal it, but I lost it. Well, apparently he traded care for this label. Parted with his entire Halloween candy stash. Oh, now, let's see here.
Kato began flipping through the pages, stopping when he hit a glowing word.
Get away with witchcraft gift.
He continued flipping.
How to get away with murder.
Only funny. Drop. Card.
Reaching the end of the book, Kato looked up.
That's it. Drift. In. Group. Card. Griffin. Griffin's group card. He wants me to go to Griffin's next turn. Ryan, I guess you're of them. Good luck on the rest of this orange hunt. Thanks, Kara. I got a question for you. What do you think this World Festival is for? The way favorite perennial harvest is trying to win over the town. Like a fry packed with balloons. Cynical. I like where your head's up. That's what I assumed at first too. Until I ever struck it on a couple of gossip clippers. Have you told you that it is? All things is really? A space shine for a super secret guest of fun. A shy guest? Ooh! I haven't took that tip yet, but whatever it is, PH things, they're a big deal. ¿Dónde tiene que ir?
I don't know. A algún
Griff
lugar.
Princess, no, aquí está. ¿Y cuál era ese?
Un lugar bello y mágico. No sé cuál, pero seguro era uno así.
Griff Princess. Ah, no me acuerdo realmente cuál es. Chinga. Es un estante, pero ¿cuál es?
Un Cecilio mirada nublada está conectado.
Oh. Ah, era el de los helados. Nunca supe cómo se llamaba. Hey, Griffy.
Aurora se puso en modo sordomudo.
Oh. Creo que está escuchándonos desde el directo.
Podría ser.
Did Sherlock Holmes?
Before Luca could finish his sentence, Griffin handed him a corn dog.
Oh, that's it. Fruit and wait for you. I thought there was supposed to be a grill or something.
Luca shrugged, taking a sizable bite out of the corn dog.
Yuck. It's cold. Oh, yeah. That's been sitting here for a while. I wanted me to be sure to give you that one specific. Well, that's just...
Luca tongued at his cheeks, feeling something rough between his teeth. He reached into his mouth and pulled out a slip of paper.
Oh, come on.
He shook off the bits of corn dog to read the slip.
Pep when you need some pep. Need the fun time of the step.
Luca finished off the remainder of the corn dog.
This is getting to be a whole thing. La única fuente que ubico es la de que se cansa. Eso es un logro. Una way to kick the watermelon. Luca, did you know? TV campaigns is actually incorporated. A lot of people don't know that. Well, yeah, I didn't know. What's that mean? It means most public works are internal. We do all the people lines, the weather treatment, building regulations. That's great. Census taking, emergency services. Corramos de aquí. Ah, cierto, ya había entrado ahí. Quiero venir con ellos. There you are, Luca. There's no way I'm actually doing this. It's way below pay grade. Oh, come on. Aren't you big Steve? Let the kids have some fun. Fine. But Trollo always me one.
Lumi waved his hands around sarcastically as he began.
What takes flight but has no wings? The finally task a friendship brings. See, that wasn't so hard. Ugh, I feel chapped somehow. I think it's sweet. What takes flight but has no wings? Your final task, friendship brings. Good luck, Luca. Hey. Hey. Did you find the comic book? Yep. You got the corn dog? Yeah. Well then. You know it doesn't make up for what I say. But here, we were at least.
Rollo sheepishly handed Luca the balloons.
Bye. Thanks. You didn't have to go all the trees road. I'm sorry I got so mad. And it. You were supposed to let me apologize first. Oh, sorry. Don't you apologize twice before me? Just let me do this. Look, I'm really sorry. With everything that's happened with your mom and all, I always wanted to be there for you. Be a good friend, you know? When you say you were hanging out with someone else, I can't freak out. Rollo, it's still my turn. I feel like if you needed some new friend to help you, it means that I wasn't good enough. But that was selfish and wrong. I was wrong. I'm so sorry, Luca. Okay, apology over. You can tell them.
Luca threw himself at Rollo, hugging him as tightly as he could.
Rollo, I don't deserve you. Don't deserve you either. That's why we deserve each other. So, what else do you want to today? You will snoop around and try to find some info about your mom? Snoop where? We will probably sneak into the Korean Harvest HQ while everyone's at the festival. I'm curiously about all the stuff to sleepers write down. What if we get caught? I think I have enough excitement for 1 week. It just make the rest of the day about us. Really? Yeah, the rest of the world can't wait one more day. You know, I have been waiting to get some work from the MCDC admission control. The aim is a bit unreachable. That sounds perfect. Oh, I almost forgot. I ran into your rant this morning. Yes, he asked me to give this.
Rollo handed Luca an unopened letter.
I'll wait for you inside if you wanna read it out. A letter?
Luca, some things are going to happen that might be difficult for you to understand. If I am honest, I hardly understand them myself. But whatever happens, I need you to know that I love you. None of this is fair to you. You have already lost so much. We both have. I wish there was a simpler way forward, but if there is, I haven't thought of it. God knows I've tried. Everything I've done, I did for you. I hope someday you can accept that. Love, Gran.
I love you too, Gran.
Luca folded the paper into his pocket and headed up the ladder.
What's up with the letter? Anything you want to talk about? Maybe later. Sure, whenever you want. You know, you really didn't have to go all that trouble to just to apologize. I know, but we've been looking forward to the festival for weeks. After I ruined everything with my big mouth. This was the best way to make sure you still had a good time without me. Rollo?
Luca was at a loss for words, but that was fine. Words aren't always necessary.
The festival seemed nice. Was that be nice? We can still go? This is fine. Well, but it's all be next year.
Sadly, this was untrue. A distant rumble shook the treehouse.
Huh? What was that? Oh man, you missed the fireworks?
It was not fireworks. It was something the boys couldn't possibly comprehend. Something as old and cruel as time itself.
Eh?
A shockwave of cold tore through the room. A bitter, unfathomable chill. Before they could react, it encased them in ice. Two boys, reunited by friendship, only to be cruelly separated by a malevolence beyond reason. And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene, in a silent treehouse turned statuary. In a town brought low by its secrets, sits a pair of friends, alone, together, for the rest of time. The end. No, that can't be the ending. It simply can't. I won't accept it, and I hope you won't either. There are more endings, more possibilities. I can feel it. We are just going to have to sort through them all until we find the one that fits.
Ok. Mira que allá dan otra rama. Aquí todavía no. Vamos a intentar esta misma.
Luca began to respond, but the sky answered for him as the clouds above began to break, revealing
Me
patches
gustó de
of
este juego que
star-filled
te
summer
obliga
night.
a estar regresando
Moonlight filtered down,
a
shimmering in
puntos
the
atrás para
treetops.
el conseguir más chapas para encontrar diferentes finales. Te obliga a buscar el final bueno. Bueno, siempre y cuando te atrape, ¿verdad? Pero es muy buen juego, la verdad. Sure, you can meet Rolo. You're not going home. No, my friend Rolo. I tell him about.
Luca stopped himself mid-sentence.
Promise you tell him what. Figure it out, Bob. We're thick as tips now. You tell Jesus forget you're gonna tell me. Okay. You can come to the treehouse. I'll tell you both what happened. Heck yeah.
Luca saw Beck skulking by the gate.
You're telling me there's nothing mysterious or creepy about this place? It's mostly boring and empty. I refuse to believe that. Big spy gates, plumbing mansion, rich exclusive owners, it being a small shade.
Beck grabbed the wrought iron bars and shook
Me
the
agrada
gate.
mucho Beck. Make my bars. Decadent nightmare house. You will reveal your secrets to me. Oh, palabra mágica. What did you do? First of all, I told you so. Second, hide. It's Harry's Valentine. Oh, who's that shit? I expect you to return that sweeting working order. Of course, as long as everything protects us plainly. Oh, there's nothing to worry about. The only thing I'm worried about what's rightfully mine. That means making some furry alliances. Read it. I couldn't guard more. There comes a time to suspect possibilities. I deal with all common threats. Now, this is what I was talking about.
Beck's voice was an excited whisper.
Proper shy stuff. The one in a suit like that tried to grab me. But seriously? Don't understand that when it all inevitably fails. I will then everything. I will expect any less of it. Just worry about your part in this and let me hold the rest. I can't wait to see the look on that terrible car's face. Yes, the truth will come to light. I'm still surprised that you're so comfortable with the potential collateral damage. If there's one thing I've learned, it's that change is painful. Well, I want to speak, but that's just flat out oriental. If you don't mind me asking, why? Why are you doing all of this?
The mysterious figure retracted their mask, hair pushing out from all corners.
La abuela. No esperaba que fuera ella, esperaba que fuera el otro tipo. Family.
A chill ran down Luca's spine. His vision blurred. Beck stifled a sharp wince, and Luca looked down to see himself wrenching her hand.
An answer I can certainly respect.
Gran tousled her hair back under the face mask.
Just remember, keep everything nice and normal until the festival. I don't need lesson in Rosen's speech.
Gran gave Eris a curt nod and disappeared into the night.
No bien, bueno, creo que en las otras no se había visto, pero el pelo la delataba mucho. Pero creo que sí lo habían ocultado
Chapter
bien.
5. What big ears you have. Lucas sat shivering in the bushes, staring at his feet. After checking to make sure the coast was clear, Beck gave him a gentle tug on his sweater.
What's wrong? You look like you've seen a ghost. We were just scared of that old lady in the hazmat suite. That was my gran. That was your gran? Yeah. Okay, well, I'm sure there's perfectly reasonable explanation for all this. Let's just get to the tree house and figure things out there. Lead the way. For the last time, there's nothing to worry about. Of course, we're not worried.
The clipboard finished writing with a scratchy flourish and looked up.
It's like there is an increasing well, maybe try reading your P's and Q's.
Mr. Nuncreed, arms crossed over his paunch, gave an exhausted sigh.
There's anything you need knowing, you'll know it. Absolutely. If you'll just in here, acknowledge everything is accurate. I'll be out your hair in a flash. Oh, for the love of...
He snatched the pad and scribbled his name so hard the pen nearly snapped.
There. And would you like my eternal soul as well?
The clipboards looked at each other for a moment, almost pondering the possibility. Then broke into laughter as they walked away.
Hi, Miss Nocrat. Dukk, I became just subnet voice. The next time someone you don't know asks to hear your roles, give him a good hard pop right in the freezer. And tells me to just keep away from the clipboard. That's good. That's good. Your Ron is a smart lady, Dukk. Speaking of which, you'd better run along, Komamura. You turn out to be wandering on your own. The answer you seek will be revealed to you in due time. Question is if you are intended. Are you prepared to live with truth? Another there, another dollar. Bellato, Uzzy. Had you noticed how all the perennial harvest also orders the same drink? A fake cappuccino with extra foam. Why? I don't know. Just though it's a little old. Very weird for sure. Well, that customer's always right. See you read on there tomorrow. I can't wait.
William Kerr and Gus Valentine proudly surveyed the half-covered festival banner.
It's all coming together quite nicely. We haven't done without you.
The mayor gave a half-hearted shrug.
I'm not sure about that. No sense. That reminds me, I wasn't able to thank your sister for her contributions. Yes, she was being indisposed for late. She doesn't much like me, does she? Oh no, that's not at all. She's just being busy. Of course. Regardless, I will be very grateful if you will pass my thanks on to her. The Story Museum adds the real air of important to the world affair. And we will then every well celebrate the story week we combine without including the Valentines. My father was a great man. You're done turning, he was.
Kerr locked his arm on Gus's shoulder.
But I mean the entire Valentine family. Present company included. Can I guess you something scared? Call me William. Ask away. William, why are you doing all of this? Gosh, I even feel one needed compelling reason to throw a party. Not just a festival. All of this. There's gotta be a 100 town on their lockdowns out there. I inspiring harvest to investment in helping big compounds. You know what I love most about the agriculture business? That's yep, little balls of potential.
With a glimmer in his eye, Kerr gestured grandly toward the horizon.
The trade asset right. Nurture it, feed it, and I can grow into something truly special. You see potential here? Undoubtedly. A settle of greatness is already on the road of it. All it needs is a little nudge. And the right leadership, of course. Oh. Good night, Mayor Valentine. Así con Rolo. Oh, this is nice. Yeah, the treehouse is just a little further from here. So, what's your buddy Rolo like? Rolo? He's Rolo. Not particularly helpful. Sorry, I've just never thought about it. Loves of an area. He's funny when he's not trying to be. Eso me recuerda a alguien. Things can even talk for his family since the full harvest. It's about that time to tell me what this full harvest thing is. It's kind of a long story. Hit me with the highlights. Okay. There used to be a fertilizer company here called Valentine's. They were kind of a big deal. Oh, Big deal fertilizer? It was a big deal to us. Their stuff really worked. Farmers love it. So, Valentine's you and crew. Campaigns very much crew around it. Most everyone in town either worked for Shaper Valentine or used his fertilizers. Things were good. I see a big one. Around 6 years ago, purple paralysis slowly died. And something changed. Changed how? Could it be a bad patch? Maybe it was the weather or air or soil. Nobody knows. But all the crops died. And everyone blamed the Valentines. All harvest. Yeah. Valentine fertilizing went out of business. Half the town lost their jobs. Gosh. The next year two crops came back, but something was different. You plant a crop, do everything right, and each sort of crop should what happens. And no one knows why? No? Take it, throw the farm fruit to the short end of the stick. Yep. For some reason, their farm was a bit harder than others. Tax shops. Things had gotten better since Persian harvest came to town. The big company won initially. Yep. First thing they did was keep the town a dip shop. They even put roofs in wells, one town over the week, while they decor in contamination to underwater. We'd better get going. A tree house. Mission control. It's about time. I was about to give up and go home. Who's the new kid? Thanks, Beck. You must be Rollo. I see my reputation precedes me. Welcome to Mission Control.
Rollo waggled his head with pride.
If I whispered no expense in construction, I think worth looking piles of junk. Thanks. Hi Luca, you know the security concerts we talked about? Yeah. While I was waiting I made some improvements. Let me lock this baby down for a little test infiltration. Can be to save the days. He goes all out, doesn't he? Always. Watch out. Lil. Where did you guys get all this junk in the first place? There's a guy in town named Jeff who trades out junk for a snack. Junk food for junk. Nice. Oh. Very sweet story, right? This guy's imaginative. I'll give you that. Luca, are we sure we can trust the new recruit? I'll vouch of her. Thanks, I guess. Okay, Luca. promised to fill me in about the volunteering warehouse. Hmm.
Luca sucked in a long breath.
So like I said, there was someone there. What? What were they doing? I don't know, but the place was lit up and active. Maybe they were squirrels? I don't think so. It sounds more organized. When the man pulled me in, I saw some sort of given training. A man pulled you in? Yeah, but I got away. You keep saying it was a man. They were wearing a mask, right? Yeah. Then I could have been a woman. How did you get away? I grabbed a rock or something and broke their mask. They let go and I ran. That's intense. No wonder you figured out when you saw your grandma. Yeah, that's the other part. On our way here, Jack and I saw Iris Valentine meeting with Gran. Wearing the same sort of a hazmat suit.
Rollo let out a low whistle.
And they weren't there for little chit-chats. It was proper clandestine meet-up. Unlike the Baptist, right? They're celebrating in full swing in the Valentine warehouse. You were almost about by a strange man or woman in protective suit. And then someone saw you run in the same suit, walking to her Valentine. Pretty much. I'm beginning to think this town is kinda awesome.
Rollo and Luca shot back a look.
No offense. And so we can logically conclude aliens or alien zombies have rented the town, and their leader is your Gran, as she tried to murder you. First of all, and for the last time, there are no aliens. Second, I couldn't have been my Gran at the warehouse. I broke the person mask to get away. The mask Gran was wearing wasn't damaged. But she's definitely hiding something. Maybe. The Gran is weird, but she's made to be the most boring person in the universe. All she does is around all day making jam. How does she possibly have to hide? I don't know. We have talked much since she moved in. Wedding? Gran and from here? No, she came a few months back to take care of me after his son went missing. Did you know your Gran before? Not really, no. It's been years since it's seen her. Luca, don't take this the wrong way. Or are we sure your Gran is on the up and up?
Luca gazed out the window.
I'm just saying, it seems like the strange stuff has been happening since he showed up. We will say the same thing about your friend. But you're right. Look at your Gran is hiding something. I always says, Bulls only worries the word pigeon. We need to investigate your house. If my Gran really is hiding something, don't you think I will have noticed by now? That's kind of the whole point of hiding something. I guess you're right. Let's be leaving the house for hours at a time this week. I can you two tomorrow when the coast is clear. We can start getting to the room of faith. I'm always game for a good reason. You can call me in.
Chapter 6.
Sí que hacen cambios interesantes en la historia.
Secret lair. Summer forged ahead, but the nights only seemed to grow colder. Luca walked home slowly under the pale starlight, cautious to avoid any more surprises lurking in the shadows. Reaching home, he slipped quietly into bed, half dreading what they might discover the next day.
What time is it? Solo. I know her is that. Hmm? A tickle sting on your hand. Oh, please. Health between. You're gonna need a lot more of the all you want. We'll see how loving when I cracked this case with open. That course is clear. Yep, whatever she's been up to this week is been keeping Lucy most of the day. Very well. The game is awful.
Luca and Beck rolled their eyes as Rollo strutted across the room.
If I were a werewolf, I might be best darkest. Perhaps. You might last us.
Rollo flung open the cabinet with confidence. He coughed as a veil of dust hit his face.
I think it is safe to listen. Maybe that is we're looking for. Or maybe that's what she wants. And I knew that it not the truth their first hunch. First conscious are for suckers. Break up. He's lit a fire in order to burn the evidence. He keeps the fire going every day, Rollo. But may already be too late. Stay to most of Tokoma's lost rush. Okay. I'm gonna stop you right there. Can we just think for a moment? Luca, is there anywhere Rand doesn't want you to go? Yeah. The closet upstairs. Maybe that stands to reason that we should check there first. The dice is locked. Well. Look who stands reason now. I have no idea. I have no idea where the case. If it really is important, then she probably keeps it with her. Anywhere else? She has her very wishes. Who has ever told? I'm going to take this important thing and cook in the bush. Anything else, maybe something out of the ordinary? Well, it's always worth it. Referencing this is very in the kitchen. But it doesn't matter anyway. I can't reach the latch.
A look of realization crept on Duke's face. All three kids snapped to glance at each other, then sprinted in turn toward the kitchen.
Alright, Rollo. This is your time to shine. Oh, yes. You call it open my expert detective skills. Oh no, I shall proceed with.
Before he could finish, Lucas scrambled up Rollo's back.
Hey, this is my idea of how detective work. Every squad needs a good look pick. And every good look pick needs to slowly head to sit down. This is where I had my studying. Is the complaining and whole steam? Got it.
The three crowded around the hutch to peer in. With the glass doors opened, a perfect porcelain display gleamed in front of them. Their eyes searched for anything amiss, but the only distinct feature was its impeccability.
Well, that was anticlimactic. Yeah, I don't really know what we were expecting. Like, oh hey, let me use on this random band.
As Beck pulled on one of the teacups, it slanted forward with a hollow click. The entire hutch began to rustle and slide under its own power.
Feels like your grand has been doing some remodeling. Dude, only two types of people have secret layers. Evil masterminds and superheroes. So, which one do we think she is? We're about to find out. Okay, some more of unhinged conspirative vibe. Oh, wow. Yeah, this cannot be good. We need to look around before jumping the conclusion.
Luca jostled each cabinet drawer in turn. Only one was unlocked. He fingered through the filing cabinet, pausing at a bulging folder labeled Walter. For a long moment, he just stared at it.
What do you got there? It's my dad. Looks like some of his old medical files. Your dad was a doctor?
Luca nodded and caressed the label with his thumb.
Well, are you an allergic? Here, let me help.
Rollo swiped the folder from the drawer and began leafing through the pages. He whistled to himself, barely looking at the text.
How about you actually read some of it? One sec. These documents such that these are like a cheeseburger. It's best to skip right straight to the middle. That's where all the meaty bits live. Whoa, I had no idea we were in the presence of the eminent scholar in dense documents and cheeseburgers. By all means, proceed.
He stopped at a page and mimed, holding up a monocle.
Oh, here we are. Complex of Terrence Whaley. Attention for the scene apartments and malaise. Body temperature continues to drop. Noob describes the rest of muscles and joints. It's similar to the symptoms exhibited by Miss will be just a few days past. Still waiting on lab results from Joseph.
Rollo looked up with heightened surprise.
See? Creepy. Yeah, that's kinda disturbing. Who's Joseph? That's Mr. Nucret's names. Wait,
Rollo's finger traced across the page.
there's more scandal in the operation. Will it be contagious? His Wilby claims the tap water pump has been contagious. The harsh environment? That resolution raise more questions. It's like he came back to his report later and made those notes. So it may be related to something
Rollo
else.
scanned through several more pages.
Here, the green looks shaky. He is holding her. This disease, whatever it is, progress of us. And with his right pacing, his condition follows close behind. Exacerbated by the loss. Enough is enough. I need to take matters into my own hands.
Luca, staring blankly at the cabinet this whole time, spoke softly.
What does it say next?
Rollo rustled the folder, trying to loose more pages.
That's where it ends. What? There has to be more.
Luca frantically shoved the remaining cabinet folders, trying to find another labeled Walter.
Luca, I think that's the only one. Alphabetical. What did he mean? Enough is enough? How did he take matters into his own house? This is bullshit.
Luca slammed the drawer shut. A spider web of string connected photos of people from the town, interspersed with hastily scrawled notes.
Well, she sure has kept herself busy. Is your brain a serious killer? Because I'm starting to get a pipe. Don't be ridiculous. Sure, she's just taking the moments of every in town. Out of kindness of her heart. I put little symbols by some of them. Yeah, his record has a check mark. The pores are all inside a big circle. Lemons are both on here. Lemons are both on here. But question marks. This Valentine has a question mark. Aries has a question. Let's be cross it out. Miss Kerr has a full size. The girl who's in her next victim. You don't know what I don't know what any of this means. Whatever it means, it's probably not good. What do we have here? Barrel market, caution explosive, and jars. That's enough jam to fill the whole town. I can't incendiary jam is your rainmaking. Incendiary. You will have an easy wall around town delivering bombs. Right? Only one way to find out.
Rollo casually spun open a lid and dipped his finger in the jam.
Huckleberry.
He smacked his lips.
A hint of brown sugar. Ink. But
Rollo plunged his hand in the jar, fishing out a soggy slip of paper. Rollo offered the slimy note to Luca and licked his fingers clean.
It's addressed to Mr. Featherly. A grand jam, Gram. Last night I used to discuss Harry's project to go to celebration. Timing winning should be possible. Operation is probably settled. How are you doing a case? Whatever it is, it can be a good. The more a bomb shell than a bomb. Am I right? You're new here, so I'll let it slide. But I'm the bad joke all around here.
They crowded around a worn-down old map of Beacon Pines.
Oh, this looks like a treasure map. Not every old map is a treasure map, brother. Yeah, but every treasure map is an old map. Don't follow that logic. Look, there's even a pathway drawn on it. It starts at the entrance to town. And if we follow it,
Rollo carefully traced the path with his finger.
it leads right
He
to
jabbed down at the end point.
Town Square. That's the fountain in the middle of town. What a weird place to hide treasure. And Rollo, that doesn't like a treasure to me. I know the pattern on the map has same symbol as those explosive over there. So it's not hiding treasure. A real bomber. Hello, what's the thing you've been excited about for the past month? Festival. Oh, did you just say oh? This feels like up in the situation. Every while we gathered near the center of town is gonna blow up the festival. Not if we stop her. What was that?
Luca looked up from the map.
No, I heard it. It was the front door, which means someone just shut the door, which means someone's upstairs. Shh, right. He lies.
Beck flicked off the light, and they became statues in the dark. Overhead, creaking floorboards bent under slow, deliberate steps. The kids looked up, the tilt of their necks following each footfall. Then suddenly, it stopped. Without realizing, they'd been holding their breath. All three exhaled shakily and glanced at each other. A muffled male voice broke the silence.
Hello.
A final few footsteps reached the entrance above them, and the voice now echoed down the stairs.
Anyone down here?
The three kids shuffled to the corners without a peep. As he began to descend the stairs, the man's voice punctuated every new step. Thump.
No.
Thump.
I'm not here to hurt anyone.
Thump.
I'm just here to help. Just
Thump. At the bottom step, the man paused, squinting to search the room for signs of life.
guess it's
Rollo shifted suddenly. Luca gave him an intense, chastising look and whispered through clenched teeth. It was too late. Rollo was already inching toward the stairway. He screeched as he charged toward the shadowy figure.
I mean, she can go up.
With all his weight, Rollo tackled the man to the ground.
Rolo. Creepy money. I wonder.
From the dark corner, they saw something move.
Well, I didn't know that you. Oh, there was only one way to find out. Oh, crap, Rolo. That was a waste. Why did you just kill that person?
Luca scrambled to the hunched figure on the ground. Pressing his fingers to the man's neck, he sighed with relief.
You're still being good. Look at Rolo.
As Beck flicked back on the light, Luca and Rollo both gasped in stereo.
Hold your.
Chapter 7. The Interrogation of Hiram Tolliver. Still unconscious, Mr. Tolliver slumped heavily in a shoddy old chair. His hands were bound with rope, his feet tied with some loose string. The kids huddled in a circle, discussing their plan. One thing was certain, they couldn't just let Mr. Tolliver go. They needed to know what he was doing in Luca's house. After some deliberation, it was decided.
I ruined the classic up interrogation.
They'd run the classic good cop, hard cop interrogation. Rollo brandished a steely gaze. I've got this. Read about it 100 times. Rollo swaggered past the chair which propped up the slumping Hiram without even looking at his captive. He began with a long, blustery drawl.
Well, Mr. Tolliver.
Mr. Tolliver remained motionless. Rollo spun around to face him. He'd clearly expected to rouse Mr. Tolliver with his booming voice. Beck and Luca gave each other an unsure glance. Rollo slammed his fist on the table.
I say, Mr. Tolliver!
He grabbed the table lamp and beamed it onto the unconscious face. Mr. Tolliver groaned and slowly lifted his head. He recoiled with a muddled, weary squint.
What in the world?
The chair wobbled as he attempted to straighten up.
Who? Who's that?
Mr. Tolliver could only make out rough shapes through the glaring light. With a gruff tone, Rollo hoped to both conceal his voice and intimidate.
I'll be asking the questions here, punk. Now hold on. Let you calm down. Oh, I'm calm. Calm as a carrot in dirt. As for you, looks like you're sweating.
The doubtful expression on Beck and Luca's faces transformed into awe.
We can do this my way, or... Well, let's just say I never knew another way.
Rollo, hitting his stride, was now channeling every detective trope his memory could recall. He slammed the table again.
Now dance. What? I don't even...
Mr. Tolliver's voice became desperate. He was nearly in tears.
You've tied me down. Oh, here could I dance? Dance with your both bones. Spill the beans. Let you do poking around at this house. I'm here to help Juniper. To measure everything's ready. Oh, surgery in cajots with ground. And?
Mr. Tolliver was in a daze, now more confused than ever.
After her blow up in the festival, huh? What would the festival? Oh,
He
Lord.
shook his head, feeling more and more dizzy.
No. Oh, you've got it all wrong. Where is she now? Yeah, head on to the source. Source? What source? It's
His
where
voice faded to a whisper.
song began. Where it all began. Where separation is purple.
With that, Mr. Tolliver passed out cold. Rollo swung around with a repentant grimace.
Rollo. I think you went a little too hard on him. What did he say about the sauce? It's where the tongue began. We need more information. But we'd better not push Mr. Oliver any further. Is there anyone else who might know more? What about the story mission? I should set up for the festival. That thing was probably by the Valentines. Everything they do is just bunch of low popularity themselves. Is there anything more yellow? The library? There's any information about this thing? How can help find it? Let's go to someone else. This is like nicely right. Yes, we work hard on it. Aren't you little too? Adorable to be a librarian. Huh? Although, who don't care so much, eventually they have him a set of fees. I just giving an eye of the place for Miss Novak sometimes. They got you working for free. It's quiet and get access to all the books I can read. But more cool a person want? I don't know. What can I do for you all? We need a favor. I already told you and Roll. I can put you any higher on the wait list for the next Hamilton. And if you're here with more candy, I can't win. I'm a person full of fun. Actually, we're looking to do some rich. Now you're speaking my language. What are you looking for? That's the thing, we started to don't know. What have you got for the story of the town? Let's count the record archives. What's it does? Beers, tests, newspaper, clippings, stuff like that. Very weird. So they go all the way back to when the town was founded. Great. Well, let's start here.
Chapter 8. 6 feet under, 3 towns over. The kids spent the rest of the afternoon combing through dusty piles of old county records, desperately searching for anything that could help them make sense of Mr. Tolliver's cryptic utterance. Luca tried to shake the thought of Gran's basement, but his focus wavered. Explosives, messages hidden in jam, dossiers on various town figures, and a corkboard threaded with photos. Gran was the only family he had left. He still couldn't bring himself to believe the worst. But the old map with the symbol of explosives in town square made that difficult. As the sun began to set, the kids were no closer to the truth.
If I have to read any more records, my eyeballs are gonna pop. I have to keep giant. If that be another world, I'm gonna end up in one of these asinine death records. Rolo Cordelia, full and wonderful life. If he reads so much boring truth, is his brain oozed out of his hairs.
Rollo shut his book with an assertive nod.
If you got a better idea, split out. You sound like my sister. Keep pushing your loophole. And it wouldn't be worried county records that kill you. I put you in the obituaries myself.
Rollo muttered under his breath.
You're a country record? Really? That's the best you've got? When I'm done with you, you'll be for nothing in the whole history. Just like...
Beck slammed her finger down on the open page before glancing down to read.
J. Hartford here. I love to see you try. Hey. We're all a little tired here. Let's just take a minute and...
Something tickled the back of Luca's mind.
Wait, what's that name, Beck? In the Obit? G. Hartford. From the Brookville Tribute, 8 years ago. That can be right. What is it? J. Hartford. That's my grand's name. Juniper Hartford. Maybe there were 2 G. Hartfords? Miss Hartford is survived by her young daughter, E. Hartford. My mom's name is Eleanor. Okay, this is getting creepy. If your grand is 6 feet under 3 towns over, then who am I living with?
The question hung in the air.
Alright then, I got close up for the night.
Beck rubbed her eyes.
Whoa, late? Yeah? Almost 10. Oh crap, it's gonna kill me. I gotta home. Yeah, my parents will be worried sick. Okay, let's meet up as early as we can the festival tomorrow. What are you gonna do about the unconscious man in your basement? I think of something. Ok, eso se puso creepy. Resulta que el niño no ha estado viviendo con alguien que finge ser su abuela.
If he was lucky, Gran, or whoever it was, hadn't gotten back yet. And of course, there was Mr. Tolliver tied up and unconscious in the basement. Dealing with him would be the first order of business. Luca shook out his arms to calm his nerves before entering. He held perfectly still, tempering his breath, and listened closely. She was asleep. His only hope was that she hadn't found Mr. Tolliver before dozing off. Mr. Tolliver was nowhere to be seen.
Maybe he will have escaped from meetings and left without trace.
Or maybe Gran knew everything. Luca's hungry stomach groaned. Not realizing it, he'd gone the entire day without eating.
I can figure this out. It's not a little painful.
Luca rushed over to the pile of jam jars, unscrewed one, and shoveled a handful into his mouth.
I'm afraid your jam delivery will be delayed.
He flipped the lid to read the label.
It's no critical. Okay, now I can think. So, I already knows we tied up Miss Oliver and his favorite. If she doesn't know, then I need to play it too. I guess the only option is to go to bed and I guess nothing is wrong. I will think Mr. Oliver fished what he was sent to do and left when he was done. Okay, stick to the power. Go to bed. Beautiful.
As Luca climbed the final stair, the emotion of the day dragged heavily on him. With each consecutive step, his legs weakened. His stride began to falter. He tried to grab for the railing to steady himself. Something was wrong. Luca groaned and tried to move. His limbs might as well have been bolted to the ground.
Okay, la jalea no es jalea.
Through numb lips, he mumbled just before falling asleep.
Bueno, pues fue a dormir. Sweet boy. What did you get yourself into? Just now, and let me handle everything.
Chapter 9. A speech to end all speeches. Luca awoke to find himself face down. He moaned into his pillow. Why would Gran drug him? Or rather, why was she trying to drug Mr. Nuncreed? Shaking the questions from his woozy head, Luca snapped back to the matter at hand.
Let's go. Aquí tengo un camino más. Todavía no. Aquí también tengo otro. Where have you been? Huh? Cram put something in the jam. Yeah, we know. Secret mission from the secret conspirators. Not this one, the one intended for my non-credit. Put me to sleep. Whoa, ho, ho, ho. Slide devil. I think she's trying to remove him from the equation. He might be in danger. Have you found anything? We look around, but haven't seen anything good. But the granny is nowhere to be found. But Miss Nugget is just lying around waiting for the speech. What speech? Mayo girls just got up to the podium. Everybody's watching at this. Let's get moving.
Augustus Valentine nervously wiped his brow.
This is 16. Hello, the combines. I'm Owl's Valentine, your major, and I suppose you already know that. Oh yes, before we get started, I just wanted to take a moment to recognize someone who couldn't be here today. This town wouldn't be where it is today without my father, Sharper Valentine. So I thought we could begin with a round of applause in such a great man. When that's more than all cover deserve. Hey, pardon.
Gus cleared his throat and awkwardly loosened his tie.
Why, where was I?
William Kerr bounded on the stage with the energy of a preacher at a big tent revival.
It's Valentine, everyone.
He gave Gus a hearty slap on the back and motioned him off the stage.
Let's hear it for our mayor. What a great turnout. Ah, heck, I didn't prepare anything. But I suppose I could say a few words. We'll be ashamed to waste such a beautiful podium.
Mr. Kerr pulled a thick stack of note cards out from his vest.
Community, conviction, commitment. These are the things we celebrate at Perennial Harvest. For us, these are the pillars of the bridge to be a better tomorrow. But I think it's time to add a new pillar. Change. Change is a powerful thing. It is inexorable, unbelievable, and undeniable. And I'm a thankful for it. Change is the reason we're all together today. It's hard for me to believe that it was only 4 years ago when fate brought me here. A simple business trip. It brought me to a small town. It will change my life forever.
Mr. Kerr took a moment to survey the crowd.
You know what?
He wiped away a single tear.
From the second I set foot in the bacon pines, something about this place has held me captive. You see, change represents opportunity. It presents potential. It what changed that helped me recognize the potential of this place. To see that the people of this town is despite suffering great loss. Still held on the things that made it special.
He thumped the podium to emphasize each word.
Unity, conviction, commitment. Change.
Mr. Kerr nodded confidently, biting his lip. The crowd was silent, in rapt attention.
Made me a perfect match that day. Nothing is more important to you all the community. And Perennial Harvest is a community first and foremost.
Mr. Kerr methodically made eye contact with each section of the crowd.
The only way you made it through the full harvest was an unshakable conviction. And conviction that's better tomorrow with us just over the horizon. In a harvest was founded to the conviction that we are that horizons. This festival is a symbol of our commitment to each other.
His voice began to build to a crescendo.
We know while hand in hand, in the future we will shape together. And that is what change is all about. Climbing the future by the scrubs of the neck and making things happen. Change is a choice. I am thinking that we will all be waiting the choice together. How great is that? Just imagine what we can accomplish. What was that?
The crowd began to look around nervously.
Don't worry, a little thunder is going to ruin this day. Everyone, remain calm.
Mr. Kerr quickly flicked through his note cards.
Where was I? Through all my travels, I have learned one true thing. One always recaps what they saw. We have all planted a lot of good on this town, and so it is with a happy heart that I can
He
proclaim
raised his hands up to the heavens.
for harvest awaits. De vuelta todo se congeló.
At that moment, a merciless wall of impossibly cold air ripped through the crowd, instantly freezing everyone and everything it touched. For a man like William Kerr, this was a fitting way for things to end. On a stage, with an entire town frozen in rapt attention for the rest of time. The end. There's that ice again! Whenever I think we're getting close, it comes along and ruins everything! Maybe we should just quit? Maybe you should just close the book, walk away, and never think of me again. No, I don't mean that. We got a little closer this time. We just need to try again. Please.
Just like is it a child or Sly? Hmm. Vamos a probar con Sly.
They'd run the classic. Luca and Rollo ducked behind a barrel, leaving Beck to her task. With a few crisp snaps, she roused Mr. Tolliver.
What's going on here? You heard the wet wheel here? Please call me back. Sorry about the all this.
Mr. Tolliver looked down and shifted a bit, testing his restraints.
It seems there's been a mix-up. You see, I'm down here for the same reason you are. Juniper, did you hear?
Beck caught herself before letting the surprise manifest on her face. She'd already gotten him to reveal his relation to Gran. This was gonna be easy.
You know how Juniper is with her vacations. Operation Sparkle has us all on the edge. I guess she told you need some pep talk. But she said not. What better way to avoid praying ice? Propulsos acá. I suppose that makes sense.
Mr. Tolliver wriggled a bit in his restraints.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Beck quickly removed the ropes.
That had to be uncomfortable. A little, yeah. But you understand We never know who the truth in this town.
Mr. Tolliver rubbed the growing knot on his forehead.
Soy yo ese Little volteando para un lado. No era tan un Little como lo quisieron ver. Sorry too. So it turns out we're both there. You too.
Beck twirled her hand, as if to prompt Mr. Tolliver to finish her thought.
Destroy the
Beck
evidence.
shook her head and clicked her tongue.
Yep. The old world is nothing in outside at all.
Mr. Tolliver let out an amused huff in agreement.
The issue is, we are blind here too. Anyone here to find out that we're going to destroy the source? Well, we both know how bad it might be. Perdón, empezarlo un poquito lejos. No one will know anything when I finish cleaning things up down here.
Beck was on a roll now, playing Mr. Tolliver like a fiddle.
You sure you can finish this up on your own? You never trust me for a reason. You can leave the rest to me. Good. There is no more loose end and I will work on. Loose end? Oh, it's nothing, really. The other day I had the radio on scan while this is cooking the can shop. And will you know it? I interested are not praising Bernard Harp's solution. On their own secrets. That's so minus. I think the password but Juniper is missing. It was a mission critical. What's the password for? We don't know. So we have password and know where to put it. It's gotta mean something, right? Good thinking. You should probably go work out. I got this under control. That's just life. Between you and me, this basement gives me the wills.
Heading for the stairs, Mr. Tolliver hesitated and turned to Beck with a puzzled look. She grinned and gave him a peppy wave. With a shrug, he continued up the stairs, whistling a jaunty tune.
You guys catch that? Who's this? This whole time Mr. Oliver's had a cancel. But all ever self.
Beck blinked slowly in disappointment.
Password roll. Well, too bad when things are back to normal. I'll be having worked with Mr. Oliver about the candy stuff. Fine. In the meantime, I've got an idea.
She turned to the table and began tearing small scraps of paper.
He said he heard a password on the radio. Any good space transmission is never where it
Beck
ends.
marked each scrap of paper and leaned back.
We just need to find the hidden meaning. Okay. What's another word for underground? Correct. Could it be a cover-up? Maybe it's one of these each letter is a number thing. So U will be 21. N will be 14. It will be... Oh! It's another round. Lucre's drugstore.
Luca and Beck looked at Rollo with amazement.
Oh, that was incredible. Well, this is either another Grant's nut roast. Yeah, I think you're right the first time. How did you do that? What can I say? I love differs. Well, I guess we know where to go next. Investigate Lucre's. Just got a nail of that. Sorry. You kids haven't seen Miss Oliver around here? Nope. He's got waiting around like the last slide of fire. I swear, the man will be late on his own funeral.
The road leading to Beacon Pines was long and uninspiring, a sort of natural barrier for the impatient.
You're late, Augustus. Sorry, sister. A scope of little work? You? I had a few more days to look out for the festival. Oh, whether you head to the port. What is this big town festival really about? I think
Gus looked around nervously.
Mr. Kerr really does just want to do something for the town. Actually a very nice guy. You should spend some time with him. I did pull a strings mentality. Just admire so that you could make friends. The job is to help my figure out what her and Penla Harvest intentions are with this. We have a responsibility. If your father's town was, excuse me, was our father's soul. He's gone, and it's coming back. He leaves us with nothing but trouble. This girl came here and offered to help us. We accept that help. We didn't agree to enter your father's warehouse into a toxic dumping ground. This is your temporary arrangement. People can be safe from our damaged backyard. They're dumping their nasty little secrets on us. And this all inevitably goes wrong. Who do you think will be playing?
Harris's cry hung in the air.
We have a new choice to make now. This town is going to change, whether we like it or not. We're going to choose to be a part of the future or be forgotten in the past. It's a shame. Father named you August, but you will always choose to be a goose. Undying hairs. I see you at breakfast tomorrow. It's getting late, children. El mundo de las drogas es de este lado, ¿no? No, eso es el Tinder. Así ya, acá. Librería, al lado.
Solomon stood proudly at the entrance to the drugstore, holding a brown bag overflowing with black licorice.
Hey, Solomon. We're looking for Miss Nugget. Is he still in there? I'm afraid not. And where'd you get the candy from? You may say we have an arrangement.
Solomon shoveled a surprising amount of licorice into his mouth.
Sometimes it's a small pleasure enough. We may not always have family to rely on. Paris was never let me down. Well, I can say the Coris will be first choice. But whatever floats on your floor. You can't tell a person by their trees of affection. Oh, yeah, I guess. I like surrogates. I'm certain you do. I always wonder why Miss Nugget keep licoring in the stock. You must see it enough for making good ways. There are many ways to earn loyalty. For some an easy call, hard crash. El Dorgo se fue. Well, he's right, it's locked. There's gonna be more clues. Okay, let's see. I would be around here. Hey, you ever seen anyone actually use this thing? Besides me, no.
Dukk cupped her hands on the glass to peek inside.
This is not a normal phone booth. It's good like a pinky keypad. Why would there be? It's not drugstore. I mean, underground cigarettes. The password.
Dukk flung open the door and they all squeezed in.
Well, let's see here.
Luca cracked his knuckles and entered the letters into the keypad.
Looks like that did something. Right, no what? I guess we...
The inside of the phone booth dropped loose from its shell. Without even the space to panic, they closed their eyes, held their breath, and accepted their fate. Suddenly, the chaotic descent slowed to an effortless landing. It was unclear where they ended up, but at least it was solid ground. The air was stagnant and smelled vaguely of chlorine.
I know it. You know that there was a secret full of strange stuff under the phone booth? Of course I did. Did I say that? No. I definitely saw it. Luca, do you remember when I say how cool it could be? If the trans-dimensional conduits from Hang Atomic is it, well, we're real? Well, at one point or another, you said about every technology ever in Hang Atomic. That's why I'm such a good predictor. It looks like this has something right on them. Meaning Operation Alpha. You guys have a mixing? Not that I know of. This town is full from some fertilizers and a series of tubes. I always say you can only choose a miner up to the point when they hit port. Not sure how that Winston applied this in this situation. Asking about path. You don't always realize what insulted this light. Rhino Harvest main office. Oh, that's where my mom works. What does she do? And stuff? She's involved in all of this. We just move over here. How could she be involved? On-time fertilizer warehouse. Isn't that where you almost got snapped? Yeah. Why would Perina Harvest have to point to the old one they could? It's starting to feel like something big. Oh, this switch has broken mass. So, have we found our mystery warehouse here? We've at least found their hazard. Okay. It was like Nucret and felt like a Nucret. Let's not jump to Legend. That's a lot of buttons. Stand aside, Herlings. I've been creating enough anatomy to know why were they if I touch.
Rollo's hands hovered over the field of blinking buttons.
Many. Hello, what did you do? Nothing. I think I haven't was yet. What was that? Hey, where? There's nothing but weird tips down here. Just get back. Just shit, shit, poison. You all need to come with me now. We are going anywhere with you. Don't think we wet some answers. Is there underground secrets? I told them it was an extra password. But they love anything that makes them feel clever. They? Who? That's no matter. I can't keep you hiding until after I'm able to save your skins. You don't care about your Uzzy. Hold on now. I like my skin. It's all spots now.
Joseph waited for a moment in silence.
You sound just like him. Who? Walt. Don't get to talk about my dad. You know, my father and I were friends back
He
before.
gestured toward the strange tubes.
All of this. That's a lie. It's true. I used to want you on my... What happened? Same things that always happens. Reality, complications, life. We were a team, Walt and I. An idealist doctor and a bright-eyed pharmacist. Both hellblend of helping folk. So, you were his sidekick? No. We were partners. We held the patients and helped him. Yep, total sidekick.
Nuncreed let out a growl of a sigh.
Luca, I need you to know this. I need someone to know this. One day, Sherpa Valentine comes to say he's got an opportunity. He found something he didn't quite understand, and he was willing to pay us both a handsomely to help him understand. And my dad says no. The father and I both believe in helping people. But the thing I could never get him was no reason to help others if you need to solve now and then. Classic psychic into being but loved being radius almost turned on to love his family. He was wrong about one thing. When he begged me not to take Valentine's offer and his Joseph is a person says just one time for Valentine's. He'll make sure they keep on saying yes to him until the day he's dead and gone.
He shook his head slowly.
They're both long gone, but he's still got me saying yes. Is there a point in this episode? Not really, no. Just an old man trying to delay what needs doing.
Nuncreed took a menacing step towards the children.
I tried to keep you and Juniper out of this. But you forced my hand.
Luca began to laugh.
But you don't know? My grind is out of this. And shaming right on there your nose. Terrible. Unless he's planning on crashing the town's party. Want to describe the festival? Why will she?
The color drained from Nuncreed's face.
Who does she know? Apparently, she knows a lot of things. What? You say this is the only underground layer we posted in today. And none of sleep. It is way cooler. We got maps and explosives and bad intentions, Big Mom.
Nuncreed grabbed Luca by the shoulders. His eyes were frantic.
You need to tell me what she's going to do right now. He doesn't understand what it is she's messing with. Tell me now. He's in danger, boy. I don't know. He had a map with mark on the fountain in town square. The fountain? But why would?
A jolt of realization struck Mr. Nuncreed.
She knows about the source. What the heck is the source? If she tries to destroy the source, it will catalyze some. They're going to freeze us all. We will need to run. Where? Away. As far away from this town as you can get. Please don't look back. That did not go how I expected. So we're totally following him, right? Then is you the other side? You what? Yep. I love this town. Me cae bien esa gatita.
Chapter 8. The Cold, Hard Truth. Beck leapt up, allowing the suction to yank her into the dark. Dimness eclipsed around her like the shutter of a camera as she seemed to cover great distance in mere moments. Her only points of reference were glints of upcoming turns, which approached with frightening speed, only to carom her gracefully along. She heard the tinny, distant echoes of Rollo's glee. Once she stopped fighting against it, the ride was impossibly smooth. Then, all of a sudden, as if minutes had passed in an instant, light blazed into view. A burst of wintry air snuffed across her face, and she was flung out into the cold.
That was intense. Yeah. I can make up part between some fluids in there. I need where we are. And we're cold. Didn't look like it got any of us. It didn't feel like what probably got. So where did it all this place out? I would let anyone who want to blow something up out here. Only one way to find us. It would catch up the nuclear. I think went this way. Okay, it's starting to feel really familiar. I may not be most well passer of things become pants, but this looks like some sort of frozen replica of Tom. I got it. So obviously now. His nuclear is an audio. Rollo. Still with him. In here. This species can only live in zero temperatures. Oh boy. Here we go. The source is their space cam dimension, so naturally they keep it cold. We found it while traveling Todos wormholes back there. If a Levitical was all and shape into a combined citizen on the truth. You never really had me. But you very much lost me there. You get used to it. We should keep moving.
As they rounded the corner to the frozen town square, they spotted Mr. Nuncreed inching cautiously toward a pit at its center. He held held his arms out gingerly, as if approaching a beast in the wild. Upon closing the distance, Luca recognized what Nuncreed was after. Gran stood confidently at the edge, one arm outstretched over the abyss. Nearby, a wheelbarrow had been emptied out. She held a lit torch, which flickered in the bitter wind.
Remember, I don't know what you think you're doing, but I assure you this is not going to solve anything. You should throw that bomb at this whole town. Oh, it was me who bombed this town. I've been watching you, Joseph. I know what you're doing, and you got conspirations. Ran? What's happening? Luca, you and your friends need to leave right this moment.
Mr. Nuncreed turned back toward the kids, desperation in his eyes.
Listen to your grandma, Luca. This is between me and Juniper.
Rollo and Beck held steadfast in awe. Luca approached closer. Mr. Nuncreed spun back toward Gran, his voice growing louder.
The guy all grown, Juniper. Please hand over that torch. You don't understand what are you doing. How could I possibly trust you to the right thing? Walt told me everything. Trust you, and you betray the trust. Luca, did you know this man's entire life is a lie? If it weren't for him, your father may still be alive.
Mr. Nuncreed winced with anguish. His voice hardened.
That's not true.
They both now yelled, not to each other, but at fate itself, making their peace with long-held burdens. The wind howled with encouragement.
Walt was like a brother to me. We just had different ideas about how the effect changed. Very convenient that your way just happened to line your pockets. No, that's not fair.
They menaced at each other, both catching their breath. The moment balanced on a knife's edge. Amid a blur of emotions and memories, Luca's mind flooded with questions. The wind calmed, as if to give him the stage. And in the stillness, he began to weep. It was all just too much. Falling to his knees, Luca whimpered. Soft, the tears crystallized as they hit the snow. Gran stared at Luca for a moment with warm sympathy, remembering why this was all necessary.
This would make sense. And everything can go back to normal. I promise.
She stiffened up and brandished the torch at Mr. Nuncreed.
You can hide behind those people and for yourself. Once the precious destroyed, we'll see where the loyalties don't.
Ignoring his final plea, Gran flung the torch into the deep darkness. She smiled and exhaled in relief. Mr. Nuncreed moaned in resignation. The torch echoed as it ricocheted down the hole, punctuated with a thunderous thud.
Hey Joseph, I've learned one very important lesson in life. You want things to change, and you must be willing to.
Before Gran could finish, the ground shook her to silence. Gran only had time to spin around and run to Luca. Her attempt to shield him, an honorable but trifling act. unflinching love, pitted against an unthinking horror, there was no contest. Her warm embrace froze in an instant. That is where they remain, fixed in place, forever. And so, our story ends on this melancholy scene. In a town brought low by its secrets, sits the frozen statues of a misguided band of meddlers. The end. Well, that was dire. On the bright side, we finally figured out where all the ice is coming from. Now, we just need to find a way to deal with a mystic, unfathomable force of nature.
Y aquí me falta alguna otra para poder continuar con otro espero por ese lado. Tengo esta de Fight, Fight. Aparte no quiero intentar con Chad.
They'd run the classic good cop, chill cop interrogation.
Handles this, just gotta play it too. Ok, con esto yo creo que le vamos a dejar hasta ahí por hoy. Nos vemos la próxima. Ya es un poquito tardecito. Pues esperaba que para este punto verlo acabado. Pero pues creo que tendrá que ser otro día. Igual a lo mejor mañana antes del rol juegue un rato. Igual vemos si hacemos transmisión corrida de juego. Luego pasamos al rol. Y ya ahí pues terminaría la noche. Los veo mañana. Espero les haya gustado la sesión de hoy. La transmisión de hoy. Y pues se puso misterioso este juego. Pero la verdad está muy bonito. Chau chau. Nos vemos.